my phone through the security app for the camera, security camera. And so initially, I just kind of brushed it off and said, "Well, it's probably just a dog, that's sitting off the motion detection on the camera in the garage." And so I think it may have been the next day, sometime the next day, that I remembered about all the notifications, and I just decided to look at some of the footage from the security camera. And that's when I saw this particular, I guess I call it visitation. These two angels were floating right in the position that you see in my garage for over a week. And when I say floating there, it was 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the week. And I used to have footage. I used to have so much footage of this week, of the daytime and the nighttime. But over the years, since 2018, I've actually done away with a lot of the footage from the daytime security camera. And so all I really have left is a couple of different videos. This particular video is like 15 minutes long. And as you can see, they're just floating there. And so what I'm going to do is show you some other videos to compare. I want you to note that you see how it's got this spacing in between every certain distance. There's like this spacing in between. One of the first things I thought about when I would look at these was like an X-ray of a spinal column or something. You know how you have this disc vertebrae, these discs in between vertebrae, every certain spacing, every certain distance. And that's the only thing I can think of that it reminded me of, was an X-ray of a spinal column. But anyway, I'm going to try to close this down, and I want to go and try to show you some other videos. Here, let's see if I'm able to get to some of these. I'm going to just grab this one. This particular one is, we were just getting home, my ex-wife and I, and my daughter. As you can see from the date on the screen, October the 7th of 2019. And you can see the little light being kind of just floating there. And I'm trying to show my ex-wife that it's not a spider web, because initially we thought, we considered every possibility. Man, is it some kind of spider web, or what exactly is it? And so I'm kind of moving my hand to and fro to kind of show it's not a spider web, because if it was a spider web, it should get caught up on my hand. There's another important thing I should mention about it, is that the light being, or the angel that you see on the screen, is not visible with the naked eye. And what do I mean by that? I mean, as you see me standing there in the room there, without looking at my security camera, without looking at the live feed from the video on the security camera, I would not be able to see that floating there. Okay? For some reason, the security camera, I assume it's the night vision on the security camera, for some reason, is able to pick up the motion and to record. And of course, I can go to the security app, and I can go to the live feed, and I can just hit record. And that's what I kind of have done a lot of times over the years, recording so many different videos over a 6-year period, starting from back in 2018 when it first started, and continues all the way up to the present day. And I've actually moved twice since the original videos. I don't live in the same house that you see on the screen there in the video. We bought that house in 2014. And in 2016, that was when I first came across information about so-called Negroes being Hebrews, or being a Semitic people. And of course, with anything you come across on the internet, you kind of take it with a grain of salt, and you wonder, is there any truth to it? And so I really gave it a lot of thought, and I just decided that, Lord, I'm going to research this to the best of my ability to try to find out if there's any truth to it. And so I made a point to pray, and I just asked the Most High to just show me whatever the truth is. And I just promised I would accept it. Whatever the truth is, either we are Israelites, or we're not, or we're Hebrew, or we're not, or we're Semitic people, or we're not. Whatever that truth is, Lord, I'll accept it. And so that's what I did. I spent the better part of the next year, from starting in 2016 all the way into 2017, and I just researched it. And I also had my DNA done and all of that. And I was a little scared to do my DNA because I knew some Israelite groups that I had started watching would advise against doing DNA, and some, thought it was okay. So I really had mixed feelings about doing my DNA. In hindsight, I'm glad that I did, but at the time, I was nervous about it. And so I researched all about the siege of Lachish. You have this wall relief from the Assyrian Empire, and the Assyrians they captured the city of Lachish. Lachish was an ancient Israelite city from the tribe of Judah, and of course one of the important things about the tribe of Judah is that that's the same tribe that Christ came from. Christ, King David, King Solomon. Some of the most notable names of the Israelite history kind of came from the tribe of Judah. And so the Assyrians captured the city of Lachish, and all the people, all of the ones they didn't kill, they took them into captivity. So they took the tribe of Judah back to Assyria and had them in captivity. Okay, and one of the things that the king of Assyria did at that time, he commissioned this very detailed wall relief of his victory over the Israelites, over the tribe of Judah, And the British, like a lot of the European countries, they come through and conquer and they confiscate all this valuable historic stuff, antique stuff, and what have you. And so the British took this wall relief from Iraq during the Desert Storm, back when the U.S. and they all invaded Iraq. The British took this detailed wall relief called from the Siege of Lachish, and they took it back to England, and they put it in the British Museum in London. And it's available to view on their website right now. You go to the British Museum in London, and you search for the Siege of Lachish. And I think it's spelled Lachish or something very similar to that. And you're going to see these very detailed wall reliefs of the people that lived in Lachish from the tribe of Judah. And you're going to notice the features and the hair texture. And you're gonna realize that these people are black, actually black, so-called Negro people, with the hair like wool that you read about in the Bible when it describes Christ in the book of Revelation, and in the book of Daniel when it describes the Most High God, and it also talks about Christ. That the Israelites were actually a so-called Negro people. Okay, and so I've been I've been having these visitations for a long time. I was undecided for a lot of years. Should I share these or should I not? I really just wasn't sure. Should I or shouldn't I? And so I think this particular video is showing the one of the light beings during the daytime. And there, you can see this is broad daylight, like 11:49 a.m. This is in 2019, and you can kind of see it floating there, the same way it was in the other video you just saw, of me trying to put my hand through it to show that it's not a web. And so, yep, these are some of the videos, and I have so many videos, honestly, that I would like to share going forward. And hopefully, you guys will subscribe and come back and watch some of the videos and share the videos with family and friends, but especially with other Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Native American Indians are supposed to be the 12 tribes of Israel. And if you look at their history and with any understanding and see what all happened to those people, and you look at the curses in the book of Deuteronomy, 28th chapter, and you'll see a lot of those curses fit the so-called Negro and so-called Hispanic and the so-called Native American. And so here I am trying to share some of these videos with you guys. As you can see, like I said, you can see it floating, moving to and fro in this particular video. I'm going to see if I can find another one here that's, how do I go backwards? Just click Posted. I have about maybe 60 videos on this channel, but I have a lot of them set to private at the moment. And I wanted to try to do a voiceover where I actually talk about the video and what's actually taking place in the video, and that kind of thing. And so, let's see about this one. But yeah, Hebrew Israelite visited by angels. I can't say why me. I can't say if there are other Israelites experiencing the same thing. I would think surely there have to be. I don't think my case is anything unique or special. I really do believe that there are probably other Israelites that are experiencing the same thing. And so, let's see here. I was trying to find another video just to show you some more examples of. Okay, I'm all the way at the end of the. Let's go backwards. And let me see if I can show you somewhere. This is a real short video. This is actually the house I'm actually living in now. But this video, as you can see, is only like 6 seconds, but it catches one orb there. That's the video. That's how brief that one was. But it just showing you that they moved with me. When I moved from my original address, they came with me. And yeah. And so, Israelites, if you're an awakened Israelite and you are following the laws, statutes, and commandments, the Most High is going to make himself known to you. If you are truly following the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, and that include, of course, the Sabbath, the dietary laws, the fringes, the whole nine. I hear some Israelites thinking, hey, we really don't need to follow the commandments, or we don't need to follow the dietary law, or we don't need to do this or do that. I'm here to tell you, I believe you're mistaken. I believe you are mistaken. Because the Most High, he definitely wants us to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And you would think that the 400, 500-year ass whooping we just received at the hands of the Europeans, of these latest Europeans, because we've been, of course, dealing with them for a long time. And they've been bringing a lot of grief to our people for a long time, from the Greeks to the Romans. And so here we are now with these Brits and really all of Europe, and Portugal, Spain, and the whole slave trade and all the things that they've done to our people. Try to wipe their memory clean, taking them into slavery, changing their names and getting rid of their language and anything that would identify them as Israelites. And they gave them this so-called Christianity, which is not, most of what they teach, as you can see, is not in the Bible. They distort the Bible. And of course, that's on purpose. And so the power is in the you knowing who you are and you're returning to the Most High. And as you can see, these orbs flying on the screen here to and fro. And as I said, this is the place where I'm actually living now. And so the same way you'll see the orbs and stuff flying on the place where I was living in 2018, 2019, 2020, and half of 2021, you're going to see those same orbs flying to and fro. And let me show you the one. There's another video I kind of wanted to show you, but there's so many videos. Okay. But let me show you this one. There was a couple of things I wanted to comment about it. If I can find it. If I can find it. Okay, let me see what this one is. Actually, let's see this one. This is one I wanted to show you too, because I wanted you to understand that the two angelic beings that you saw in the first video just kind of floating in the air to the right of the screen here. Let me open this all the way. The first two you saw were kind of over in this area, just floating, and then you can see that there's one here. And this video is like a year later. This is 2019, October 2019. And as you can see, it moving kind of to the left and to the right. You can see the separation between the different parts, different sections of light there, as you see there, and I kind of refer to it as kind of looking like a spiral column of an X-ray. What you might not notice right away, unless you watch this video a couple of times, is there's actually two of them in the room, but one of them is cloaking, and what I call cloaking, and that's that when they don't want to be seen, they have this way of cloaking themselves, and so there's actually another one that's like right over here in front of the door, the garage door to go inside the house. And you're also going to notice this light that's moving between the two of them, across the top area here. And then you're going to notice this light also moving across the floor, moving between the two of them. And of course, I can't tell you exactly for sure what's going on when it's doing that. Is it some kind of communication, or the angelic being is moving between the two? I don't know. But I do know is that if you sit there and watch this area, you're going to see movement. You're going to see light. And then there's something else that you should notice. You notice this distortion here. And I told you how they're able to cloak when they want to, and the image will end up looking distorted. And so you got this distortion that you can see here. Whereas this one is not trying to cloak at all. He's clearly visible, at least with a security camera. If you were standing right there in the garage, you wouldn't even see that. If you were standing there at that day, at that time, you would not see that angel standing there. Okay, now I just saw the light moving across the top there. I think there's a way to add motion tracking to this, where every time there's motion, it'll be highlighted with like an arrow or something, so you can know where to focus your attention. But it's clear that the one is right here, and he seems like he's kind of moving to and fro, and then they'll come and they'll appear for days at a time, weeks at a time. There'll be like several days. Like I just see him here now. But then the next day, next morning, 10 a.m., you can still see them on the camera there. And so when they come and they intend to stay around for a while, that's exactly what they do. And as I said, they're not visible with the naked eye. And there's another one that's right over here. And there's different points in this video where you can kind of see it better than at other times. Almost like there, you'll see pieces of it almost, or sections of it. They kind of come a little bit visible for a second, but not anywhere near as visible as this one is over here. But there's a light. There's some kind of light that's moving from between the two of these. It's moving across the concrete, and then it's also moving across here. And I just saw a movement. And there, you can see that light moving. And there's another one right over here, guys. I'm telling you. And it almost seems like there's something going on over here. But as you sit there and look at this video, you're gonna know that there's some other stuff going on in the room, in addition to this angel standing here. There's something that's cloaked right over here. And by cloaked, I mean it doesn't want to be seen or not clearly seen. But I can see that light moving to and fro and up and down. So there's more than one in the room. I can tell you that much. There's more than one in the room. And but like I said, please subscribe, come back, check back. I'll be posting videos, probably one or two every week. And at some point, I would really love to just have an open discussion with people who tune in. We'll be able to just go live and be able to talk about what's going on in this video and what is the Most High is trying to tell us. And are we closer to the end of things than we realize? But at any rate, I'm going to stop recording for the moment and say shalom. You guys have a blessed evening, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.